What's up, lads? Just a spontaneous video, which I think is quite an interesting one, but also a funny one because I've been thinking so much about what type of content I should upload on this unfiltered channel. What would be great stories to tell? What would be great insights that I could go in depth and could explore in an unfiltered way? And I've had quite a few ideas, and I still will probably execute on some of the ideas that I came up with. But what I think is holding me back most of all, and I think that's quite important to talk about and quite interesting to understand, is that something I realized is that I'm so afraid to just put out imperfect work that I don't get anything done. And I think that's so common with a lot of people. I just read Ego is the Enemy, great book by Ryan Holiday, and the chapter I just read perfectly described what I'm going through right now. It was about not being in your head, not being stuck in thoughts so that you don't get any action done. And that's, if I think about, that's exactly my condition. Like, I think so much about trying to get in the perfect video, the perfect idea, something that I think is meaningful, something that I think will help people, that I don't start, that I don't get any work done, So I sit there, I stare at my wall, I'm trying to think of good ideas, and in the end, I don't execute, I don't take action. And I think that's the biggest hindrance, is just overthinking too much, being too much in your head. Ryan Holiday started this chapter about not being in your head with one of my favorite quotes of Alan Watts, where he says, someone who thinks, like the thinker, has nothing to think about except thoughts, because all he does the entire time is just thinking, and therefore he lives in an illusion of his own thoughts. And that's pretty much what Ryan Holiday summed up in this chapter as: if you're constantly in your head, if you're constantly thinking about things that could go wrong, if you're constantly thinking about everything, about trying to make things perfect, you're not gonna start. You're not gonna get everything done. The reason I started my YouTube channel was just that, because I wanted to start my main channel. If you just discovered this video randomly, make sure to check out my main channel. I will link it down in the description. But basically, when I started, I had no problem with trying to figure out video ideas. I had no problem with just taking action. But the more I've grown on YouTube, but also mentally, I'm starting to think a lot more about this. Something that I'm not passionate about, but something that I've been thinking a lot about is I want to make the best possible videos. I want to make sure that it's interesting. I want to make sure that the ideas that I express, that they actually help people, because that's pretty much the videos that interested me the most. It's not necessarily about having a super high quality or super high production, but it's more about having an awesome idea and explaining that. That's how I found Hamza when I first started watching him over a year ago, because he was just standing in front of the camera and just talking, just expressing ideas, and that's what I want to do. But I kind of got lost in the process. I kind of went so deep on trying to figure out the perfect idea. And something else that comes with this, which I think is quite important, which I have to work around, is that I always wait for inspiration. Pretty much every time I make a YouTube video, it's quite a masculine process, I would say, in the way that I get the idea and it completely obsesses me. I have this YouTube idea and I think this is the greatest video ever, and I focus so much on the mission, I focus so much on the goal of getting this idea out into the world, turning this idea into a YouTube video, and I want to finish the video, and I get so obsessed. I'm trying to make the best possible thumbnail. I'm trying to come up with good storytelling, trying to come up with a good reason why people need this video, so I can incorporate that. Like, I can keep that in the back of my mind while I write the script, and then the editing and shit. And like, from the moment I have the inspiration, from the moment I get the idea, I'm super goal driven. I'm extremely focused on getting that out into the world. And once I do, I feel kind of empty. I feel kind of like senseless until like 1 or 2 days later I find the next new idea and the next new idea. And this kind of reminds me of how masculine energy works, how David Dieter puts it in his book, The Way of the Superior Man. He says that, oh, by the way, if my voice sounds kind of weird, my nose is really blocked right now and I can't properly talk. I can't talk normally. Like in my head, I sound extremely weird right now, so please excuse that. But anyways, like, David Dieter says that pretty much the goal of the masculine is to have, or like the masculine energy is like to have a goal and you strive towards that goal, because in the end what you want is freedom. You get that sensation, you get that desire to finish the mission, to like get to that goal, and you have all this energy that you exert towards that. And then once you finish that goal, you have a short moment of freedom. It's like kind of like when you come, when you have sex, or when you like jerk off, you know, like people call it post-nut clarity. Like before that there's so much tension, there's so much pressure, and once you've achieved your goal, you have freedom, your mind is clear. And that's exactly what happens to me every time I produce a YouTube video. And I'm always waiting for inspiration to hit me, and I realize that this is not a good way, this is not a reliable way to produce YouTube videos. This is like, if I want to turn this into a full-time career, I can't always sit there and wait until I get the best possible idea. Like, I think thinking is a big part of producing YouTube videos, because you have to make sure that you come up with good ideas, as I said, and come up with like video ideas that are interesting and people will watch. But I have so many fucking ideas, like literally, like I write ideas down in my phone all the time, like pretty much every single day. I come up with like 2 or 3 new ideas, and I've kind of like suffered from analysis paralysis, you know, like I'm thinking so much about, is this a good idea, should I pursue this? And I rely too much on like my emotions, and I realized that this is not a good thing, and that I need to stop this, and I should focus more on the process, on the system, and something that is, you know, that I can grasp. Because like feelings, they come and they go, and I can't always rely on like just feeling hyped for a video, even though I want that. I want to like put all my heart into a video. I think it's better to just do something, just get action, get started. I can always like write a new script for another video, or like I can edit the script that I've just written. But I think that just taking action, just movement is so crucial to, oh damn bro, I'm looking fucking big, bro. Look at this. Anyways, yeah man, it's just, I think action always beats thinking. Action should always be the first incentive, because if you always keep thinking about things, if you always think everything through, there won't be any action, there won't be any results. And so pretty much the reason why I uploaded this video is to kind of like help myself, cure myself of that. Just try to get in some action, stop thinking about which would be the best idea that I should talk about, which would be the best topic for this channel, and just fucking get it done, and just fucking record a video and upload it on YouTube. That's how I will make progress. That's how I will gain subscribers and views and stuff. And yeah, pretty much this video was like a video journal entry, which I want this channel to be. I want this channel to be like a kind of video journal where I talk about my problems, my ideas, and my philosophy for life. And I try to be a lot more active on this channel from now on. I try to do like daily uploads. Let's see if I can manage that, but that's my goal for now. I try to take as much action as possible, not think about stuff as much, about ideas as much, just try to get out my phone every single day when I have something that I want to talk about and just fucking do it, because action always beats thinking.